In the end, I just think the 40s are a very interesting decade. And, it's a decade in which you reach this point where, if you're in your 20s and 30s, you think all your dreams can still come true, right? In your 50s, 60s, and 70s, well, maybe you've given up on some of them, right? Because they haven't. But the 40s is like, it's this period when you're shifting from one to the other. And at the same time, I think that brings with it all sorts of great questions, the what if questions of life. Because often you find yourself, how did I get here? And you realize it's the choices you've made, but sometimes it could have felt like you were just being carried along by a river. So I wanted to write a novel that really explores this idea. So it's about a couple, Amanda and Dawson. They fall in love when they're young. Well, 20 years go by, and they've led different lives since then. They've changed as people, and yet they come back together, realize they still have feelings for each other, and it kind of begs the question, what if I make a different decision? What if I uproot my life now? What are the consequences? Is it something I should do? I think these are great questions to explore because I think they're just part and parcel with human nature. I think a couple of things. First off, his career is varied. He's done everything from comedy to science fiction to drama to, as you said, he was in The Notebook, a previous film of mine. So he's got this great resume of being able to do a lot of different things. And when we brought him in, he was able to use all of that experience, I guess, to really show an amazing depth of emotion and breadth. He could really pull off a lot of different emotions. So, it was fun to work with him. Again, he's a great guy. He's always fun to talk to. And, he worked so hard on the film. It was a thrill. Authenticity. I think that's the big thing. You want to evoke genuine emotion too. You don't want to manipulate. You don't want it to feel hackneyed or anything. You really want to be swept along with the emotions of the character, whether it's in a novel, a play, or whether it's a film. And if you're effectively moved, to me, and you fall in love with the characters and you fall in love with the idea of them falling in love, no matter how it ends, that to me is the kind of story that resonates for a long time. I did not, and that was that was tragic. And of course, prayers and thoughts still go out to his family.